Aaron Jones.
Allen's pass.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and
to throw again on 2nd down. Allen.
One thing we do.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The ball carrier. He was taken down by K.J. Wright. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right. And he's got Rodgers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Good.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
He was taken down by
the tackle made by K.J. Wright.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd.
Play action. It's Wilson.
The 37-yard.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It was Melvin Ingram that time who shot in to bring him down.
A 1-yard loss.
And Russell Wilson gets sacked, and he tied for the most sacks in the NFL last season with 48 in total. But Seattle likes to throw the ball deep. So that means you're going to take more time to get the ball downfield. Sometimes the offensive line can't hold up.
And the pressure gets to him again. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. What a play. It's a first down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Wilson. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Seahawks.
They'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and
throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Early, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Allen looking downfield for Jones. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Touchdown, Vikings. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Seahawks 0. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now James returning. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Richie James on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On the carry.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And they'll start with great field position. Now a handoff for Gurley. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The ball carrier.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Gurley on the
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 24. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
7 brings up 2nd and.
Oh, here Lockett with a chance to run it. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
There on the tackle.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk 1st. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A design run for their wideout. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he connects with Ertz. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 47 yards. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On second down, it's Jones. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. On third down, here's Jones.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed out.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Damon Harrison able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the gun, it's Allen. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. They're going to run for with Jones. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Looking downfield for Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game.
Raiders set to kick off.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Short kick. One of the up middle taken down. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
13, Seahawks 12.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he comes back with one complete. Marvin Jones past the 20.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
touchdown, Vikings.
Complete to
Marvin Jones.
Touchdown,
his 2nd
Minnesota.
touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Here's James. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. On 1st down, Wilson. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Now it's Wilson.
43-yard
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
4th down.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Being chased out left. Ertz has it left side. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Ertz. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will not get there as the try for 2 is unsuccessful. And they will remain down by a point.
Seahawks 18. Kaimi Fairbairn.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Danny Amendola on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Vikings first down.
This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Taken down at the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks' 43-yard line.
On the tackle.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Gurley again here on first down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's brought down
from the 39-yard line. Here comes 2nd down at 6.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 26.
First down, Vikings.
On first down, Allen. And over the middle, this is Parker.
Complete to Devontae.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He'll find Parker again, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Minnesota.
23 yards, the final tally. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack by Robert Quinn. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Allen going to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
I'm going back to you.
Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
Well, that's true. You've said that before. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Josh Allen. 31 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Now Allen to throw. Operating from the gun. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more.
Seahawks 18.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 34 yards there and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
3rd down.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson. Buying time to his left. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They go play action now. Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, they run with Gurley. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He sets up the screen to Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Bernardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
Bernardrick McKinney.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.